Alright, I should be live now.
Okay. Just gotta find something. Oh, okay, there you are.
And let me know when you can see my garage with the camber blinking red too high.
There you go.
Alright, this is what I did. Voila. That's all I did. I cranked it up until it was like -2 degrees,
Right.
and then just took it back down to 0.6.
I don't know why it wouldn't work for me. I mean, damn, I tried. You saw me try, so.
Yeah, I just kept going until I got until I got to -2, and just kept going to see if it kept going up to -2.1, -2.2, and then click apply and see if it stayed. And that was enough to make the fucker accept it and behave itself. And then I just walked it down.
I cannot believe it, man. I've never seen something so damn finicky.
Yeah, basically what it is because when it was too high or it was off, it was too far off that it couldn't deal with it. And when you made the change, it would try to revert back because it was too far off. It's just like when you make a change to something else. A good example of this would be like the what the hell is it? One of the like when you make a change to the probably the preload for the front sway bar. That'll do it too every once in a while, where you get so far out of whack it can't recover.
Oh, okay.
Toe in will do the same thing if you get it way the fuck off. Like for instance, if you go ahead and set the like if I get this to where it's way out of fucking whack, now I try to correct it and it won't fucking work. That's what it's doing now, is I'm trying to correct it and it won't work. Now it did. There it did. But I gotta keep fucking making changes to it because it keeps jumping to where it's not, where I don't want it to be.
Right.
So then the same thing is happening with yours. Is you're clicking it and you gotta click it a little bit more than you've been clicking it so that it takes. Toe in is a good example because toe in tends to do it a lot.
Well, learn something new today.
Yep. And I also went through and fixed your springs for you, so your spring rate should be better than it was.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that.
Your spring rate should now be, I think, 2,600 or 2,800 or something like that.
28.
Now take it out and run it for 20 laps and see what your tire wear looks like. everything should be corrected for you and ready to go because I went through and verified everything was good before I sent it back to you.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go for it.
O'Reilly. Auto crap.
I don't know. You have O'Reilly's, Advance,
I've always been
AutoZone, and Napa.
prone to CarQuest.
Well, CarQuest belongs to
Advance.
Advance Autos now.
Another one I used to like was the old Mr. G's back in the day.
Yeah, I think Advance bought out CarQuest. I think. Yeah, or CarQuest bought out Advance, and they just left it. They left the name.
And then we had who the hell is my fucking setup for Iowa at? I'm in the wrong fucking car, that's why I'm not finding it. Might work if I change the fucking back to the truck instead of the Xfinity car. That's why I can't find my fucking setup I was working on. Wrong car. Dumbass.
Hey, look, I ain't saying a word, man. For less than a day, I was sitting there trying to build a setup on a wrong damn track.
I've done that myself.
And I'm wondering why I can't get nowhere.
But one of my favorite auto parts stores that they had around here in Cedar Rapids was a place over on Center Point Road called Chapman Auto Supply.
See, the question is don't they get the parts from the same place?
Sometimes, but not always. As long as your part box doesn't have BWD on it, or the hell was that other one that always was fucking junk? Can't think of the name of it now. Dorman. As long as it doesn't say Dorman or BWD, you're probably in pretty good shape. Because BWD stands for broke when delivered.
Oh, okay.
And Dorman is just fucking garbage.
Now, do you change your own oil in your car, or do you take it somewhere else and have it done?
I used to change it myself, but I haven't tried doing it since I had my stroke.
Right.
I used to always try changing my own oil because I had a specific oil filter I would use.
Which one do you use?
I was using the Ford Motorcraft oil filter, but it wasn't designed for my car. It wasn't the correct one for my model. It was a little bit different. It had the same thread pitch as the oil filter that my car takes, so it would thread onto my car, but my oil filter, compared to the one that the book says my car takes, the one I was using was actually about 4 inches taller, so it would hold an extra quart of oil. So that would make my oil change a 6-quart oil change instead of a 5.5 quart. Because if I use the oil filter that the book says my car is supposed to have, filling it up takes 5.5 quarts. If I use the other one that I was using, it takes a full 6 quarts.
Right.
That way I don't gotta fuck around with trying to get the damn thing full of oil.
Now here's a question for you. I just want to see. I just want to see what your answer is. Is how do you change? I know. Just go in, because I know this is going to sound weird, but how do you change your oil? And tell me how you go about it.
How do I change my oil? Well, the first thing I do is I take the car out and I drive it for about 15 minutes or 20 minutes to get the oil good and hot.
Right.
And then I pull it up onto my fucking ramp so I can get underneath the son of a bitch, because I am not skinny enough to get under the fucker far enough to reach the damn thing. I take my hands and I loosen the oil filter and take it off the engine and put it in the oil pan upside down so it can drain. And then I take out the drain plug, let the oil drain out of the car, put the drain plug back in the oil pan afterwards, torque it to 25 foot-pounds is what the book says it's supposed to go to. And then I go back up to the top of the fucking motor, take the oil cap off the valve cover, and then I throw a big fucking red funnel I got into the valve cover, oil fill hole, and then I take my 5 quarts of Mobil 1 0W30 and pour it into the engine through the little red thing in the center for a half hour and drip until it all drips out. And then I add an extra quart because I know it'll hold 6 quarts with that oil filter that I use. And then once I get the oil in the engine, I put the oil cap back on. I get in the car and I hold the gas pedal all the way to the floorboard and crank the engine until it gets oil pressure before I let off the throttle and it starts.
Wow. So you see, I was well, I mean, it was What I do is I go in there and I do what you do. I go out there and I run it. I get the engine hot, roll it up on the ramps, okay, drain it. But when I get ready to stick the new oil filter back on there, I make sure that making sure the seal ain't on the frame.
Yeah.
But I always fill up the oil filter first.
I usually do that too if I got an engine that'll let me do it. But some engines, the oil filter sits on the side of the engine, and if you fill the fucker up with oil and try to put it on there, you'll spill oil all over everywhere.
Yeah.
My little blue car, I can put it on I can fill the oil filter all the way full and put it up there because the oil filter hangs down on that one. I can get by doing that, but the other car I had, I couldn't do that because it fucking hung off the side of the block.
See, I don't like taking I don't like taking mine to a damn 15-minute oil change deal. I don't. I think that there's something that scares me about that.
But what I do is right after I get the oil in the car, the first thing I do is get in it and I put the foot feet to the floorboard and I put it in what's called clear flood mode. As long as you got the foot feet all the way to the floor on most cars, I know Fords will do it and most GM will do it. When you got the foot feet all the way to the floor, you turn the key to start and it'll crank and crank and crank. It'll just keep cranking, but it won't start. It won't fire until you let off the gas pedal. Once you let off the gas pedal, it'll start. But I hold it to the floorboard and crank it until the oil light goes out or until I get oil pressure on the gauge.
Damn, what year's your car?
2018.
Damn, I got 2017 Ford Explorer, but
that should have the clear flood mode too, where you hold the foot feet all the way to the floorboard, and as long as you got your foot all the way to the floorboard, when you turn the key to start, it should crank, but it shouldn't start. It shouldn't fire until you lift off the gas.
Man, mine, it's a push start, which I hate. It's a push start.
Yep. So is my Focus. My Focus is the same way.
Yeah, but it won't start unless you mash that damn brake.
And mine's a manual, so what I got to do is it's actually hard to do on my Focus because I got to do it with 2 feet. I got to push the clutch in to hold the clutch down, and then I hold the foot on mine. Since mine's a manual, I can do it without holding the brake. So since yours you got to hold the brake down, just hold the brake with your left foot, push the gas pedal to the floorboard with your right foot, and if you turn it to start, it shouldn't start until you let off the throttle. But if it does start while you got your foot to the floorboard, lift off the throttle immediately so you don't blow the thing up.
Right.
But as long as you got it all the way to the floorboard, it shouldn't start. Because that's something that the engineers put into these fuel-injected cars so that if you flood the damn thing, you can get the fucker to start because it's supposed to simulate The old carbureted cars, when you hold them to the floorboard to start them when you flood them.
So that's just to get the oil into the filter, right?
That's to circulate oil through the engine before it fires.
Okay.
Not only does it fill the oil filter with oil, but it also runs oil through all of the oil galleries and through all the bearings and shit, so that it isn't a dry start.
Right. Do you run any actives in yours?
Nope. I just run just regular Mobil 1. Full synthetic.
Yeah, I run the full synthetic Royal Purple and all that.
And then when I do my oil changes, I do my oil changes once a year or every 10,000 miles, whichever comes first. Now my Focus, on the other hand, that hasn't had an oil change since 2023. That was the last time I changed oil in that car, but it hasn't been driven since then either.
But doesn't the oil break down?
No. Oil doesn't go bad from just sitting in the engine. It doesn't matter whether it's been in the fucking bottom of the engine or in the fucking ground. It sat in the ground for 65 million years before they took it out of the ground and put it in the fucking bottom.
Right.
So oil doesn't technically go bad from just sitting. Oil's good as long as it's sitting in the fucking bottom of the engine and the engine's not started and running, it won't go bad. The only time oil gets bad is when it gets dirty or it gets contaminated with something.
Right.
As long as it don't get water in it, or gasoline in it, or coolant in it, it'll be fine. Yeah, because the only thing my car has done since 2023 is it's been started up and it runs for about a half an hour about once every 6 months. And I drive it around the parking lot of the storage garage probably for about 15 or 20 minutes, just enough to circulate the oil through the engine and to make sure that the brakes ain't seized up and to circulate all the fluid and shit through the transmission to make sure that stays lubricated so that nothing seizes up from sitting. And I do turn the
So
air.
what did you drive to the doctor's office today?
My 2015 Fusion.
Oh, okay. So it's your other car sitting in the shop. I mean, in the garage.
Yep. Mainly because I'm waiting for that thing to hit 10 years old, so the plates will come down, so they're not $400 a year for plates.
That's bullshit.
Once it hits
That's
10 years old, the plates drop to $50. But it's also
This is the weirdest damn thing. You buy the plates. Now, I mean, I've got this 2006 Dodge Durango, right?
Yep.
And I mean, they're wanting me to turn around and bring in the plates and then pay a $2 fee to have it for them to take it out of the system, right? Wait a minute, I bought them fucking damn tags. Them tags are mine. And you want them back?
I will want you to turn them in too, but what I usually do is if I get rid of the car, I put the plates on my next car.
Right.
Or if I'm not getting another car, like my truck, when I junked it, since I didn't have another car to put them on right away, I just left them on the truck when I scrapped it. So those plates actually got crushed when the truck got crushed.
Yeah, but how does Iowa know that you actually did? You actually crushed the tags with the car?
Because I signed the title to the scrap dealer, and they turned it into the state after they crushed it. I had to sign the title over to them before they could even give me any money for it.
Right, but I mean, you can still take your tags off of it.
They told me I could, but I didn't have another vehicle to put them on, so I just left them on the car or on the truck.
I just say where they tell you that you gotta pay to turn your plates back in. No, I bought them plates. Them plates are mine.
Now my sister, on the other hand,
then they want to charge you a $2 service fee.
Now my sister, on the other hand, when she got rid of her other car, She just took her plates off the car when she got rid of it and put the plates on her up on the wall in her garage. She still got her old fucking plates off her Saturn that she traded off. Or an expired plate or something like that where the plates...
I told State of Virginia, shit, man, I mailed my tags to you, so I don't know where the hell they are.
Yep, I always... And I could pay an extra 50 cents to have them send me my sticker or my plates when they come out with new ones, but I just always go down to the fucking county treasurer's office and sit there and wait for them to call me up to the counter and buy them that way. That way I know I get the fuckers and they don't get lost in the mail.
See, I mean, it's like you're, you know, this is like, so, I get all whacked out of this shit, man, because it's like, they say that, alright, so you get your license suspended, right? They want you to turn in your license. Well, wait a minute, I bought them damn things. I bought them. They're mine.
The reason they want you to turn in your plates when your license is suspended so that you can't drive the car. They did that to my dad when Dad lost his license years ago, but Dad had to go to court to keep his plates because my mom was driving the car at the time, and if they took the plates off, she wouldn't be able to drive it. So Dad had to go to court to keep his plates then.
I mean, look, I can turn my license in, right? And you telling me that because they take your license, that, oh, well, they took my license and I can't drive. Well, hell, if you and I know this emphatically, there's truck drivers out there that had their license suspended, didn't even know it, right?
Yep.
And they go through the scale house to find out, well, wait a minute, you know, you didn't know it, but I mean, so you're driving on, it does make a difference if they run your details. They know that your license has been suspended, so whether you have them or not, I mean, it doesn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you still gonna drive if you want to.
Well, the way Iowa does it, when you lose your license or get suspended for something, you also lose your right to register a vehicle. They take away your driver's license and your right to register a vehicle, which means any vehicles that you own, you have to surrender the plates. Or you're supposed to, anyway. Because they don't want you driving, period. And if you have the plates, if they send the plates in, if you don't have plates on the car, you're less likely to drive it because you know if you don't have plates on the car, they're going to pull you over. And they're going to know you don't have a license.
Right. I mean, it's just stupid the way they do things, I think.
And I guess it depends on what state you live in, because some states you don't have to turn in your plates if you lose your license.
I don't know. I mean, hell, you get caught busted for driving without license. I mean, you can have your license but be suspended and still have them. I mean, you're still the shit's still gonna go down the same way.
Now the interesting thing about Iowa, if you get caught driving with a suspended license in Iowa, you go to jail. So if they pull you over and you're suspended in Iowa, the first thing they do is you put your hands on the back of the squad car. They read you your Miranda rights. They throw handcuffs on you, throw you in the back of the cop car, and haul your ass to jail and tow your car.
Yeah, but I mean, shit. I mean, you'll be out the next damn day. I mean, it's
yep.
So. I mean, it's you're really you're seriously a criminal because you drive a car without a license.
Yep, they take you to jail if you're caught driving with a suspended license in Iowa, and then if you're caught driving with a suspended license, they add 6 months to your suspension for each time you're caught.
I don't know.
And if you're caught 4 times driving under suspension, then you're barred for 6 years.
Now what the hell? You go out there in 6 years. I mean, you go out there again within 6 years, you can drive again. What the hell are you gonna do? Just throw you in jail? I mean, you come back out. Hell, you keep just doing it. I mean.
Well, what happens if you get caught once you're barred, where you're barred for 6 years, if you're caught driving then you go to prison for a year. And they put you in Anamosa for a year.
Hell, you remember back in the day, let me see, you're 49, so 49,
I'm 50, I'm going to be 51.
Oh, 51. Okay, so let me see, 50, 53. All right. Remember back in the day, back in the 90s. Yeah. 91, 91. No, in the late 80s. Remember they had the mopeds.
Yep.
You know, damn today you can't ride a damn moped without a damn license on it.
Yep. In Iowa, you got to have plates on them, and you got to actually have a moped certified driver's license.
Right, right. But back in the damn day, you didn't have to have all that shit.
In Iowa, you always had to have.
Hell with them, man. Screw it. I'll go buy a damn. I'll go pay $2,000. I'll get me one of those damn bikes that does 35 miles an hour, and I'll run through damn town and give you a finger.
Now, hell, when I was a kid, the neighbor kid had a fucking moped, and he had to go get his driver's license at 14 to get his moped license, and they actually had to buy plates for it. And this was back when I was a little kid. This was back in the 70s, late 70s. And he had to actually go to the DOT and get a moped license back then, and he had to put plates on it.
Dude, I grew up. I mean, in shit, there in Martinsville, right there where the speedway is, right?
Yeah.
Man, shit, man, for freaking years, man, me and my brother and another girl that we hung out with, man, shit, we would ride that damn moped all over downtown.
Now these,
I mean, we didn't have to have a license or nothing, and this is like in the late mid-80s.
that's probably the way Virginia did it. Iowa always has required a license for mopeds, even back when I was a little kid.
Wow.
And these e-bikes, Iowa's trying to make it to where you have to have a driver's license and license those, the electric bicycles. And my sister and I go riding our bikes on the trails here. Technically, there's a lot of people that ride their e-bikes on the trails, and technically that's not legal, because the trails are supposed to be no motorized vehicles at all.
But see they can't. That's the thing, Ted. They can't. It's a bike. You can turn around and use it as a bike or as an electric bike.
Yep. But on the trail.
But see, this is the thing. It's not a. I know what you may say, but I consider it's not a motor. It's not.
Yeah, it's electrically propelled.
And this ain't directed at you, but damn, you idiots up there. You show me how that's a damn bitch is a damn motor. You show me a motor in that car, on that bike. Show me. And damn, I'll buy you damn breakfast for the rest of your freaking life. There ain't no motor in an electric bike.
An electric motor. They're battery powered. They're
Yeah,
like a Prius.
I mean, yeah, that's.
But the scary thing is we were riding our bikes on the trail, and them fuckers are riding them fucking e-bikes on them trail, and some bitch are doing 55 fucking miles an hour.
Oh, Chad, I went down there. This is when I was down there in Miami, in Florida, man, a couple years back. I mean, this was when the shit was hitting. I mean, left and right up here for the winter, right? And dude, I went down there, parked truck, and I had like 2 or 3 days down there. I was I just didn't do nothing. I mean, I was taking my time. So anyway, I walked to the damn beach, and as I was walking back up, I stopped at this store, and they personally make the e-bikes, right?
Yeah.
Dude, one freaking damn bike ran 60 miles an hour, dude. Freaking 60.
That's not uncommon. That's why that's the reason they want to. That's why they want to license them here in Iowa, is because these kids are getting on the damn things and they're running them, and they're running so fast with them, they're getting in accidents and killing themselves.
Hell, you know what, Chad? This is what I say. And I mean, I got a kid of my own, but like this. Hell, you sign a disclosure form, man. If you die, because you ride a bike, then ain't nobody liable except for your parents, and that's it. It's just, I don't know. They want to set everything up for and all this is my just own personal thoughts and opinions, but I mean, they want to sit there and make every damn thing. So they can make money off of the e-bikes and all this other stuff, and it's just wrong.
Well, the big thing, my biggest problem with the e-bikes is I was used to ride when I was driving my car, my little Focus. We used to cruise on First Avenue in Cedar Rapids. Basically, we go out in all the hot rods and cruise up and down the avenue and shit on Saturday and Friday nights. Now they got these kids out there with these fucking bikes all hours of the fucking night. And when they're fucking riding, they're not stopping at intersections. They're just riding right through the intersection. Fuck, I damn near killed one kid last year because I damn near hit him. I had to fucking grab the e-brake and put the son of a bitch sideways. And I come about 6 inches from killing that little fucker on that fucking scooter. Because he ran right through the fucking red light and he didn't even stop.
I know this doesn't make no sense to you, but anyway, it's not. It's just a couple towns up. It's really all you gotta do is take one stretch from from Ridgeway, Virginia, or right there where the racetrack is, and go 15 minutes up the road to another town, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, anyway, when you go up into this other town, you gotta go up like an incline, up a hill and all that, and then it like levels out. So anyway, dude, I was coming back down toward the racetrack, and dude, now this was on a regular bicycle, man. Man, I had that mug in the friggin' damn wind, and this county cop whipped this damn car around, threw over his light, and pulled me over, and told me I was breaking the damn speed limit. Like, dude, write me up a freaking ticket, man. I'm on a freaking bike, man. I'm coasting down a hill. I mean, what the fuck?
That happened to me when I was a kid. I had a 10 speed and I was riding through the park, which had a 10-mile-an-hour speed limit in the park. And I was coming down that fucker in 10th gear on that fucking hill, going like a bat out of hell, and went right past the cop, and the son of a bitch pulled me over and gave me a ticket for doing 25 miles an hour in a 10-mile-an-hour zone. And I had to go to court, and I had a driver's license at the time. I lost my fucking license for 6 months.
For being on a fucking bike?
Yep, because I was more than fucking 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. I was charged. I got a ticket not only for speeding, but I also got the ticket for reckless driving.
I would have fought that on a bicycle. No.
The judge told me I gotta. The judge has told me I gotta write you up because you were in excess of the 25-mile-an-hour limit. Anything over 25 mile an hour is over the speed limit is considered reckless driving. I lost my license for 6 months. I couldn't drive, and I had a $350 fine.
For a freaking bicycle.
Yep, because I was going 25 miles an hour in a 10-mile-an-hour zone.
Kiss my ass.
And he told me he's told me he could have actually given me jail time for it. Because it was in a public park and it was considered a safety violation. Because I could have hit a kid.
Nah, again, on it. I get it. Oh.
Yep. So that fucking fall I had to ride the school bus to school because I couldn't drive. And then when I got my license back, I had to go on high risk insurance for 2 years.
Over a bicycle, dude.
Yep.
This is what, man, makes me so effing mad. Because, I mean, it's a bicycle. It's a bicycle, man.
And the other thing that was interesting was a kid that got caught he drank a bunch of fucking beer and got on his bike and had a fucking accident on his bike and he got charged with drunk driving. But he actually ended up hitting somebody and fucking seriously hurting him.
But if it's on a bicycle, I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's just like, you know.
Yeah, he put that kid in the hospital for about 6 months when he hit him with his bicycle.
I don't know.
The kid was only like 6 or 7 years old, and the kid that was riding the bicycle was like 15 or 16, so he got nailed for drunk driving, and he also got nailed for fucking being drunk underage, because he was only 17 or 16 or 17 and had to be 21 in Iowa at the time to drink.
Right.
So he got fucking charged with drunk driving, and then he left on top of it, so got charged with leaving the scene of an accident, and he spent some time in prison for that.
Oh my stars! All for a bicycle.
Yeah, because it was considered leaving the fucking person or leaving the scene of an accident where there was injuries, because the kid got hurt. The little kid he hit got hurt. It was considered felony hit and run, and he spent some time in prison for that. And it was considered drunk.
Gracious.
It was considered a drunk driving because there was alcohol involved, and he hit a kid that was only like 6 or 7 years old, and seriously hurt the fucking kid because the fucking kid that was drinking and riding his bicycle was too stupid to fucking slow down and stop, going like a bat out of hell and ran over this fucking 6-year-old fucking kid, and seriously hurt him. I guess the kid had like a broken fucking leg and shit, broken arm. And then his parents sued the fucking kid that was on the bicycle and made that fucking kid pay the fucking little kid's hospital bill.
Right.
But yeah, in Iowa they cracked down on that fucking shit because of the number of people that get hurt doing it.
Hell, man, they wrote you damn ticket for damn jaywalking, man. It's completely ridiculous that, hell, you might as well just not come out of your freaking damn house and,
Yeah,
Give me
some stuff I can agree is bullshit, but other stuff I can see the point too. But I imagine riding a fucking, and then these trails that me and my sister ride on, they got a lot of deer that come up onto the trails even when people are fucking around. Because the deer around here, there's so many people that use those trails, the deer aren't afraid of them. And fuck, I was riding last year on the trail, and one of those e-bikes was coming down the trail like a bat out of hell, and they had a deer come up in front of them. Luckily, the fucking kid was able to get slowed down and not hit the fucking deer, but I could imagine coming down the fucking trail on a fucking electric bike doing 35, 50 fucking miles an hour, something like that, have a deer walk out in front of you and you hit that motherfucking thing, that would fucking hurt.
I don't know. Like I said, I'll still say just, hell, just sign a damn disclosure form. And whatever happens, it's on you. And if you hurt somebody else, you got to pay the price. For it. Yeah.
Well, the way it's with people, with the way lawyers and shit are, and the way people are sue happy anymore, signing the disclosure statement fucking doesn't necessarily guarantee nothing. The way people sue people nowadays. But the biggest thing about having the licenses for the e-bikes is that in order to get the license, you got to take a test and pass it to get the license, which keeps the fucking idiots off of the damn things from hurting people and killing people.
I know I was out there in South Carolina one day, and this, I don't know. I won't. You're the Einstein of this right here. I didn't put the video in a minute. But anyway, he had, it was a regular bicycle, Ted, a regular bicycle.
Yeah.
And I don't know how in the hell, but he had like a 2-cycle engine mounted on the frame in between, on the bottom part of the frame. He had that sucker mounted on the bike and was riding around like a damn moped.
Yeah, you could actually back in the day buy bikes that had gas engines on them like that. My neighbor had one.
How do you attach a small little engine like that to a bike?
Basically, what his was, and his came from the fact, it was actually a factory-built bike. It was built that way, and you could buy them that way. They had like a little 2-stroke fucking, what would be like a fucking weed eater or a small fucking chainsaw motor on them.
Right, yeah.
And basically, all it had was like brackets welded onto the frame of the bike that they could attach that they could mount the motor to, and then they ran a chain to the back wheel. And they had like a centrifugal clutch, like a go-kart.
So I don't know, there's a black guy out there in South Carolina had that. I thought that was the coolest damn thing, man. I guess just don't get caught by the popo, man.
The neighbor that had the one said the biggest problem he had with the fucking thing, the thing he didn't like the most about it, is he had to mix the fucking oil and the gas together and put it in the gas tank because it was a 2-stroke engine. He had to buy 2-stroke oil and mix it in with the gas. And the fucker smelled like a fucking lawnmower when it was running.
Wow.
But that fucking thing could get up probably about 35, 40 miles an hour when he really had to fucking throttle into it.
Right.
And it was the loudest little fuck. That son of a bitch was louder than hell too, because it fucking had an open exhaust on it.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't remember who the hell made the bike. It was some, but he said, this was back in the '80s, and he said he had it. His dad had it for 20 years before that, so it was back from the '60s. And I think it had like a McCulloch chainsaw engine on it.
Oh wow. Yeah.
But he had to
Wow.
fucking always mix the oil. Had to go buy the two-stroke oil and mix it in with the gas, and then pour that into the gas tank. The gas tank looked about the size of looked about the size of a windshield washer bottle out of a car. It held about like
Oh
a.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, it only held about half a gallon of gas, but he could go forever on a fucking gallon of gas with a goddamn thing.
Yeah, you can go a long ways on that sucker.
He never had it licensed that I know of, but technically he probably was supposed to have, but he never did. And then hell, my dad built a fucking go-kart when he was about 18 years old, 17 years old. And there used to be a go-kart track out on the west side of Cedar Rapids that you could go there in the morning, and if you had your own go-kart, you could go out there and run laps around the track before they opened it up for the people to go out there and rent go-karts and run around them. And if you knew how to drive, they'd let you stay out there after they put the other people out there. And hell, the go-kart Dad built, that motherfucker would do about 75 miles an hour.
Really?
Yep. He had a pretty good sized fucking single cylinder engine on that motherfucker. He had that fucker tuned to where it'd do about 70 fucking miles an hour.
Shit. Damn. Yeah, I remember, man, growing up in North Carolina, man, and me and my brother, man, we had a couple go karts. I mean, we'd ride around, and I mean, shit, we'd jump with them things and all I mean, we were stupid back then.
Yeah, one of the things he did with that go-kart is he modified the go-kart motor, and then he would go buy like 5 gallons of premium gasoline at the gas station, and he'd go over to the hobby store and buy a gallon of Cox model airplane fuel. And he'd mix that in with the gasoline and put that in that fucking go-kart, and that fucking go-kart would go like a bat out of hell with that fucking model airplane fuel in it.
Damn.
Because that shit was fucking basically, he was mixing a gallon of nitromethane in with about 5 gallons of premium gasoline. So it was a combination of regular gasoline and nitromethane he was running in that fucking go-kart. But he didn't do it for very long before he ended up burning a valve in that fucking thing.
Oh.
But he had the hottest running fucking go-kart until that fucking nitromethane blew the fucking motor up.
Yeah. So. Did he ever modify it with, like, shocks and all that on it?
No, basically it was just solid axle suspension. He never really had an active suspension in it.
Okay.
Other than the fact that the thing had some flex in the frame, then that acted as a suspension was the flexing of the frame when you go in the corner with flex.
Damn.
But he had that long before I ever was around. I never actually seen the thing. He got rid of it before I was ever born.
Right.
I think my mother had something to do about that.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, my mother might have had a lot to do with him getting rid of that go-kart.
You never know.
But I had never actually seen him with the thing. He was telling me stories about it later.
There's a lot of things I've done growing up I didn't tell my parents because, like, man, you know, if you tell them, man, I mean, you want to sit there now with duck feet and tell you can't do it.
And then I remember hearing stories about my dad telling me about how when they were young, when they were kids, back in teenagers, back in the, this would have been back in the 60s, late 60s, they would go out cruising and get low on gasoline, so they'd pull into the gas station after the station closed for the night. They'd pull the gas pump off, the dispenser out of the gas pump, and they would take it over to the car, put it in the gas tank filler neck of the car, and then they would lift the fucking hoses up to drain all the gasoline out of the fucking gas hose into the car so they get some free gas to keep cruising. They hit about five or six.
Wow.
They hit a bunch of gas stations, and if you hit enough gas stations, you get enough fuel from the just what was in the hose of the gas from the last guy that got gas that didn't empty the hose. They could get almost a quarter of a tank or a half a tank of gas if they hit enough gas stations and did that over the course of a night.
Wow. Okay.
So basically, all they do is they put the fucking thing in the nozzle in the filler neck of the car, and they would just lift the fucking hose up and drain the gas out of the hoses into the gas tank. Somebody had already paid for the gas, but it was still technically stealing it. But they did that all the time when they were kids, I guess.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool. Man, I just never thought about it. But
I never thought about doing that either when I was a kid. I wish I would have.
Yeah, I wish I thought about that. I mean, it's not stealing if someone's already bought and paid for it and just didn't get all the gas out of it. It's not stealing because the gas has already been bought and paid for.
Yeah, because when you fill your car up at the gas station, you turn the pump on, you fill it up when the pump shuts off, and you pull the thing out of your fucking gas tank and put it back in the gas pump holder thing. All that gas is still in the fucking hose.
Yeah.
However much it holds. Yeah, shit. Dad used to do that shit all the time when he was a kid.
Sure enough, I never thought about that growing up. Like, damn. I reckon now. Should have thought about that.
No, Dad was always one of those types that fucking thought of shit like that. Well, shit, Dad used to drive a wrecker when I was really, really little. Right about the time I was born, or shortly thereafter, he worked for a wrecker service and he drove wrecker. So he used to come up with all kinds of crazy shit like that, like draining the gas hoses for the pumps at the gas station to get extra gas, or when they came out with the fucking, he would have to go out and jump start cars and shit when it would get real cold, and every fucking car when it got real cold, any Chevrolet or GM car from about 75 on, always had to have a jump start because they had them fucking side post fucking batteries. And them goddamn things would never fucking be able to start a car when it got real fucking cold because they couldn't get enough fucking power to come through those fucking side post batteries.
Right.
Those things are the biggest fucking disaster I've ever seen. There's another one of GM's brighter ideas. They're the only ones that really ever did that. Ford and shit, everything else is always top post.
Right.
And I'm glad Ford still does top post. But
So what time you get out your doctor's office tomorrow?
I don't know for sure. I gotta be there at 10:30 in the morning, but I don't know how long it's supposed to last.
Oh, that's right. You gotta do that sleep study, don't you?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a couple hours. Cause yeah, you gotta sleep. Damn. Well, just give me a call back if you're up to it tomorrow.
And when I get home, I probably want to sleep because I'll probably still be tired.
Yeah, like I said, just whenever you're available, just give me a holler.
Man, Matt.
I'm gonna get off here and give me a couple hours. Hell, like I said, I got up at like 4 o'clock this morning, man. I've not slept none. Hopefully I can crash and just get at least a couple hours of sleep.
Yep.
But yeah, I hope all goes well. Like I said, just give me a call when if you're up to it, or just let me know how it goes.
I won't know. I won't know how it goes probably for a couple days because the doctor has to go through and look at all the fucking information and shit after the scan.
Oh, okay.
Basically, what we're trying to do is try to find out if I can get off of that fucking seizure medicine.
Yeah. Well, I got my fingers crossed and I hope that it's due.
Yep. I hope I get off it too. That's one less fucking prescription I got to worry about.
Ain't that the truth? And two, it's medication you don't need in your body. That's one less thing.
Well, I did find out the thyroid doctor took me off my thyroid pill today.
At least you ain't got to worry about that no more.
At least for now, he wants to watch over me for the next 6 months and see how I'm doing because my numbers are looking pretty good. He wants to see how it goes. I probably have to go back on it again at some point, but for now, he's just going to pull me off of it.
Well, hey, some time off of it's better than, being on it completely full time,
Yeah.
so.
But at any rate.
Alright, hey, I appreciate it and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Alrighty, I'll holler at you later.
Alright, have a good night.
Yep. Bye-bye. You gotta try to get this fucking thing at least fucking set up to run. This stuff is probably about done other than getting the This one I think might be reversed out. Everything checks out here. That would be 0.8. -0.1,
25.307. 27.176. 26.036. .224.